All right, let's get started now with very specific objections here. That number one is the big, what is it? I'm not interested. I'm not interested. John, I'm not interested. Stefan, I'm not interested. Not interested, and hangs up or doesn't hang up. Whatever it is, here is what you want to say. Hey John, of course you're not interested. John, at this moment, it's simply impossible for you to be interested as you simply don't have enough information yet. And you're like, wow, he's still on the phone, right? Because you agree with him, of course he's not interested, and it makes sense, right? How can he even be interested at this point? You can even, add a little bit more meat to it and not just say, of course you're not interested, you don't have enough information yet, but you add to that, sir, if you were interested, you would be calling me, I would not be calling you right now. And it's like, yeah, that makes sense. So a very, very good way here of making sure you gain some more time. Important that you get the tonality right, especially after that. If you realize you're still on the phone, you just bought yourself a little bit of time, but you need to be interesting. If you're not interesting now, how can you be interesting? Well, what you also the tonality of intrigue, of scarcity. You're telling them a secret. You realize how you just paid attention just because I used this tonality. All right. Now let's look into another way how you can deal with this. And this is basically, again, you tell him, they're right, hey, I understand that you're not interested. All I want to do is I want to share an idea with you sometime in the future. And if you're not 100% impressed, you will never, ever hear from me or my firm again. Sounds fair enough? You see what just happened? So again, you want to use the right tonality, and in this case, you need a disarming tonality. How does it go? Believe me, all I want to do, look, I'm not trying to sell you anything. This kind of tonality, look, let's not, we don't have to play games. Look, I'm honest, I'm sincere. I just want to help you. The disarming tonality is really all about, I just want to help you. And that's it. All right. Now let's look into another way how to deal with the objection, I'm not interested. John, you give me 1% of confidence and I'll earn the other 99%. Sounds fair enough? Now, you're gonna know this one from the other module when we talk about closing, because you can also use it as closing. You can, by the way, a lot of these objections and closes, can be interchanged. And this one is one of them where you talk about the 1%, remember? 1% of confidence. In addition, you could add something like this. I have the capability, as well as you have the opportunity, to have a major impact on your net worth. John, we deal with areas of the market that your local broker can't even touch, IPOs, etc. Just give me 1 minute down the road and you'll be very, very impressed. Sounds fair enough? So again, you want to use intrigue as a tonality. You're disarming and intrigue if you want to show them that they should be interested, but you can also directly do that by what you say, right? So and this was an example now for a broker, right? If you're not a broker, you should adapt this objection handling module, obviously. But in this case, you want to talk about things that their local broker cannot even touch. You want to basically just sparkle their attention. And the way how to do that is A, what you say, and B, how you say it. Okay, here's another way what you can say. John, this is not a sales call. All I'm doing is sending out information that will impress you. So again, you hear the tonality, you want to be quick. This is not a sales call. You want to show them, don't be scared. This is not a sales call. All I'm doing here, disarming tonality, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to send out information that will impress you. Got it? All right, here's another one that you can use. This one is taken from the Stratton Oakmont script that you can use, particularly when you're in financial industries, as a broker, etc. But if you adapt it, you can also use it for other industries. And here's how it works. John, are you presently in the market? He probably says now yes or no. If he says yes, John, we only make a handful of recommendations a year. You realize the tonality I just used? It's really the scarcity tonality. You're almost telling them a secret. Now, if they say no, what you're gonna say is this. Hey, I understand that you might not be in the market right now, But let me ask you a question. How long ago since your last trade? And because this question is so direct, you know, they're gonna think of how long was it, and it's very rare that now they cut you off and say, I'm not interested again, because they might just answer, well, my last trade was that. You know, you get them to think really with this very direct question, and that's what you want, because you need to buy some time right now. This is really what this is about here. If they say I'm not interested, you need more time to make them interested. All right, and here's another one. Again, it uses scarcity, both in tonality, but also by what you actually say. You show them that you have something specific to offer that, you know, goes right into the croc brain and shows them novelty, attention, you know, it raises attention, and that's what you want to do. And here's how it goes. Now, Mr. Smith, what we do here is we specialize in a very specific area of the market. You know, now you mentioned A, B, C. Make sure that this sounds really special. It's not something that like everybody does, right? And then you say things of that nature, areas that your local broker cannot even touch. Have you been involved in A? Now again, you got, you know, this ABC that you just mentioned needs to be something special. So in your script, make sure it's something special that you have there. And then you ask them, have they been involved? And chances are, right, if it is really special, that they have not. And from there, you can then gain time, and you can use this time to basically get them more interested and show them what you have to offer. Now, again, very important for this and for the other ones, you want to use scarcity. If you know, if they are not interested right now, and they really aren't, right? They even told you so. The way to get their attention is not by shouting. They don't want to be shouted at. They want to hear a secret, something, you know, this one opportunity they have been waiting for. And you need to tell them with scarcity. You need to tell them with almost a whispering tonality. This is really crucial here when you get the, you know, not interested objection. You need to show them that you have something specific to offer, and you do that by what you say and by how you say it.